What's up, YouTube? This is Big Mike. In this video, I want to talk about the Philadelphia 76ers guard, Markelle Fultz, and his shooting issues. As we all know, he has had problems shooting the basketball since he was drafted, essentially. 2017 NBA draft by the Philadelphia 76ers. He was highly touted from the Washington Huskies. He was a great scorer in college, and that has not translated into the NBA. And I think that it's more than just a physical problem. I agree with what has been suggested by various sports media personalities that I think is a psychological problem. Initially, this was attributed to a shoulder injury, which was affecting the fall through of his shot. But I think it's something going on psychologically. I think it's a combination of that, and maybe the trainer who helped Markelle to change his shooting form from college. I guess maybe he thought that a change in shooting form would be necessary for him to be more successful in the pros. But regardless, I think that it's psychological. Something that should be a muscle memory reaction is now something I think he's psychologically thinking about while he's playing. And if you have to think about your shooting, your follow through while you're playing, then you're not going to be successful in the NBA. You know what I mean? And I think that's part of the problem. I read that he changed his free throw shooting form. Even in college, he was not a great free throw shooter. I think I saw that he shot 65% from the foul line in college, which is not good. I've never understood this recent phenomena of guys who can shoot three-pointers but are substandard from the free throw line. You only shoot marginally better than, say, the Dikembe Mutombo from the foul line. That doesn't make any sense. When I was growing up, average was 75%. Isaiah Thomas, I think, was 76% for his career, and that was average. Not great, but pretty good. Your good free throw shooters always shot 80%. Your Michael Jordans, your Alex English, your Adrian Dantleys, your Dominique Wilkins, your Joe Dumars, those guys always shot about 80% from the foul lines. Your great free throw shooters shot near, at, or above 90%. These would be guys like maybe like Larry Bird or Ricky Pierce or Magic Johnson. When he got older, he transitioned from being an average free throw shooter to being an exceptional free throw shooter. I believe he led the NBA in free throw shooting at least once in his career. Your Ricky Pierce, if I haven't said him, I might have said him already. Your Chris Mullins, your Hershey Hawkins, your Reggie Millers, your Kiki Vandeweghes, your Mark Price. These players were exceptional free throw shooters, and almost all of them were great shooters. That was always the mark of a great shooter. Usually they were great foul shooters, and that's not the case anymore. And I think that part of it is a downward spiral of all-around fundamentals. I think a lot of these players are not practicing what's considered boring parts of the game. And maybe free throw shooting is not the most sexy part of, the game as far as aesthetics and practicing, but hey, there's no excuse for a guy who is a marksman to be or considers himself a great scorer, like a fifth all-time leading scorer in the NBA, breaking free throws in crunch time. But back to Fultz. I think it's psychological, though, man. I think you know, a case for that can be made. Wilt Chamberlain came to the NBA as a 61, 62% foul shooter in his early days with the Philadelphia Warriors, and constant criticism of his free throw shooting. I remember, I think he actually visited a psychologist or psychiatrist to improve his free throw shooting, and nothing worked, and he became worse. He became like a 38% or 40% foul shooter. So I do think it's psychological with Fultz, man. I hope he gets out of this situation because he seems like a good player and a good kid. And tell me what you guys think.